All right, to all my TI guys and girls, good afternoon. Okay, so success is mine. I've been very successful in this world, and the only way I'm learning to beat these detectives is to be successful. It was told by a very wise woman to me that the only way to beat them, I mean, you can try to physically beat them, and you know what, it just gets worse and worse. To do good stuff, like try to beat all their tactics. So like basically a lot of times they'll have homeless people come up to you or other people asking you for change, asking you for money, panhandling. That's a certain way to drain your system, meaning your bank account or whatever finances you have, because you have such a good heart and your mind is so stable that you have confidence on giving. So like, for me, I used to give a lot until I started to figure out that that's what they were doing. It was like, let's say, for instance, that I would buy a pack of cigarettes and I would smoke maybe five out of that pack, and by the end of that day, that whole pack is gone. And and they would constantly send people my way to ask for cigarettes, which would drain me. Which cigarettes are very expensive, as you know. So that was one of their ways of draining my pocket. Nowadays I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't smoke cigarettes, so I save a lot of money. And I'm trying to be successful by getting a piece of property as well as a house. And the little steps that I take more and more is the more that I'm beating these FBI agents and detectives and CIA agents. And I feel blessed, and there's nothing they could do about it. So let's go ahead and jump to another conclusion in regards to our cell phones. Now, they have cell phones and they do watch us all day, my TI guys and girls, but just remember that, okay, so this is what I have been doing, like I have in the past. Uh, what I usually do is I work all night, and when I get home, I turn my phone off completely, no power. I turn it off, and I put it in my pants or my shorts, and I sleep with it. I do not put it in my pocket, because it falls out, and then next thing you know, if you have somebody that lives in your household that's a gang, a program player, your phone ends up doing weird things. So let's say, for instance, for the past, well, I wanted to see an experiment in regards to the cell phones. So detectives, FBI, they always have access to your stuff. They will get court orders to look onto your stuff if needed. A lot of times, a lot of the FBI and CIA are part of the Illuminati. Um, so um, they do have access at all times, but there's a lot of things that are coming into effect, which are a lot of laws. So basically, one of the main ones is invasion of privacy, which would be your cell phone, being on a conversation, a sexual conversation, or another phone conversation with your husband, wife, or just a girl or a guy or whatever the case may be, that is considered uh, invasion of privacy. So now there's laws that they have to obey by. A lot of times they don't, and then they get caught for it, and they don't know what to do about it. But yeah, okay. So let's get back to what I was talking about. I am talking about the same thing, and I'm trying to like grasp onto everything that occurred recently. So for the past 2 months, I have been going home and turning off my phone completely, um, which has been a good solution. I haven't had anybody following me. As today, I fell asleep. I was watching something on my phone. I fell asleep and the phone ended up on the side of me. Um, for some weird reason, there was a lot of people following me when I left home to work. It was just like basically like a red carpet, rolling that red carpet out, and it was just from one person to the next, and they were all older white people. Or maybe, because I've heard that the Illuminati only allow um, people to join, and we're not. we don't ask to be involved with them. They choose us. So a lot of times that's what I'm feeling. That's what it is. I do not want to be part of none of that stuff. Too much conspiracies. I mean, the way how they have it as it is, it's like so basically the way the Illuminati is they like to discriminate you in the streets. They like to put you down. They like to deface your image, and then you have nowhere to go, so you go with them. And that's not me. You know, I'm a very, I don't know if I'm a popular person, but to my understanding, I do have well acknowledgement of a lot of people that look up to me. Even my older brothers look up to me, and a lot of my family members that are way older look up to me. So I'm like the new generational curse breaker, if anything, to my understanding. And just be careful with your phones. I mean, the easiest solution to me is I power it off completely. Boom, shuts off, and I shove it down my sweats, my shorts. I put it on the side of my boxers, and it doesn't come out. It stays there. But the only bad part, you have to be careful on rolling over on it. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna crack unless you have an edge. But yeah, be careful with your phones. A lot of times, people do go in your house, and I know it has to do with the perpetrator being in my home right now at this present moment. In the past, I have seen a lot of strange things, spiritual things. Um, to me, to my acknowledgement, okay, so a while back when I went to Vegas, I felt a lot of spirits following me, and I don't know if it's spiritual or if they're wearing this giant suit that camouflages, which they do have the new technology for that. It's like a little blanket. It's like a Harry Potter. If anybody has ever watched Harry Potter movie, you're more than welcome to watch it. Watch the Harry Potter movie, and you will see him throw over a little cape. And when he throws over the cape, what happens is it's like a blanket, and it just bounces and reflects everything. Like basically, you won't be able to see me right here. You won't be able to see the chair or nothing, and it'll just be a blurred vision. But in reality, there I'm right here, and it's like a me personally, it's NASA. You know, they have all that new technology where you can put a suit on, and that suit just completely disappears the person, and they gotta run around, walk around, look at you 24 hours, watch your phone, watch who you're texting, get involved with your life. But they're not allowed to be getting involved in my life anymore when it comes to my socializing with people. My understanding, I am blessed with reading thoughts or minds. I should have explained that to you guys a long time ago. I do feel the person. I do hear the voices. I do hear everything. And the good part about it is right now they're trying to take that ability from me. Maybe that's why I'm going through a lot of stuff and I get poked in the nighttime and stuff like that, because maybe they want me to take medication like a mental, what is it called? uh, Mental health. So basically, that's considered part of the program. When you're mental health, you are part of a government program that they have you on, which they give you medication so they can take away your abilities. Well, I don't take medication, and my mind is getting stronger and stronger by the day. Um, they cannot take something that God has given to us. That's an ability that God gave to us. He gave it to us for a specific reason. And all of us TI guys and girls know that you guys have abilities. Now, don't forget that the program is meant for you to think that you are a mind reader, when in reality, it is all only the same people in this car, in the house, and on the radios, on your phone speakers that talk to you, microwaves. It is a brainwash manipulation type of game where it gets you to think that you are a mind reader. In reality, we are really not. But through the life that I've lived, once I hit the age of 32 or something like that, I think it was younger than that. I think, well, when I was younger, I prayed for something very bad to happen, and it happened. And I think the Creator took my ability from me at that time. And as I got older, I was still very unlawful person. I was very hectic. Always believed in God. I used to do a lot of bad things. You guys know my past if you constantly watch my videos. Thank you to my TI guys and girls for understanding where I come from and who I am. I haven't explained everything to you though, but even when the mics and everything are turned off, I can still hear them, and it's not through here; it's through here. So there's a lot of things that I do understand. They basically expose themselves at all times. It doesn't matter how far in the world they are. I can still hear them in my brain. But to my TI guys and girls, like I said, a lot of us do hear that stuff, but it is our surroundings. To my understanding, I have developed something that is given only to the creator, from the creator, and only the creator. And there's nothing that this world can do, but maybe because I learned how to utilize my ability, they give me shots and stuff to try to take my ability away, which kind of sucks, because that is a God given gift. But the world is afraid of people like that. They're afraid of the X Men world. Um, so just be careful with your phones, TI guys and girls. Just figure out a way to do it. I mean, okay, so let's say this for instance. I'm gonna give you an example. Like, okay, so you have my wallet, and I utilize this chain so I don't lose it. I lost it a long time ago and lost a lot of money with it, more than once. Ever since I bought this chain right here, so this is what I do. Basically, I buy a wallet with a lock, and then I tie it to my chain, right? And then I connect it together, right? And then I do this when I go to sleep in the night. I go to sleep. Perfect example. Bam. Stays right there. They won't grab me. They won't touch me because they know I'll feel it and I will wake up, even if you're a heavy sleeper. So that's one of the things that will prevent them from stealing your identification card, your social security card. It gets pretty hard and rough when you don't have a job, or when you're trying to get a job, or when you're trying to go somewhere or do something. Even if you drink alcohol, I mean, it gets very rough when you go to the store and nobody wants to sell you alcohol because you have no identification. So, I mean, my TI guys and girls, that's one of the solutions. This is what I do. I mean, if you guys want to utilize it, you're more than welcome to. Like I said, this channel is free. Everything that I utilize and do is for you guys. Is to give you guys a better understanding and acknowledgement of the program. The program is a very rough program. It's a very hard and difficult program, and it's meant to confuse you and make you hurt other people. But we cannot do that. We got to be smarter, and we could only hurt the ones that are doing this to us. Which, in reality, we will never see them because it's all over online. It's called system failure. Thanks to that guy. I really appreciate him for picking on the bullies and all that other stuff online for the kids and the guys and the girls that are hurting themselves and stuff, and a lot of misunderstanding when it comes to kids putting other kids down. If you really think about it, it goes a long way, because there was something that recently happened online. A guy was calling a girl the HO word, and then next thing you know, a lot of other guys started doing it, and then the girls started to beat that little girl up in the restroom and stuff, and it became a very, very big thing. So, thank the creator for creating the system failure. Because he's the one that goes around and picks up the bullies that are bullying the little girls and little boys. To whoever he is, God bless you, man. You're a great thing in this world. But as for that, there goes one of the solutions to hiding your wallet. I do get my phone, power it off, and throw it in my sweats. I throw it inside with my boxers and stuff, and just I sleep with it like that. Wipe it down in the morning when you wake up with a Clorox wipe or something. I don't know whatever it is to you, whatever makes it happier, better, which makes my life a lot better. Even if it takes a couple more minutes of my day. I'm still here at work, and I'm still being successful. But that's the only way we could beat them is by just man, just beating them, just beating them over and over and over, making them mad and mad, mad. And oh yeah, and I have to expose this. So basically, to the person that did that to my phone earlier today. They are a perpetrator in my home. Um, I can't really say. I could go around and try to read the thoughts, but a lot of times that hurts me, gives me headaches, messes my brain up, messes my nerves up. So it's usually utilized when I do read the thoughts and stuff, or the people talking from afar. It could be like where I work in the middle of nowhere where there's no really technology. I could still hear them. A while back, I would jump on the trains, and I noticed that they would take the radios off, so like the speakers would always hear this one sound like. But the weird part is I would still hear them in my brain, not in my ear. So, and I can't really hear out of my ears. I feel the the motion. So basically, it's like that echo. It is the vibration of a voice. So basically, if somebody talks to me, I really hear it from the back of my ear and not the inside of my ear, which is kind of strange. I've had ear problems since I was a kid. Um, and another thing that I've learned, my TI guys and girls, the devil is always trying to get us and bring us down. He doesn't want us to be successful. Since I was a kid, at the age of 2 years old, I was in a very bad car accident where the car flipped over. I basically wasn't breathing anymore. My mom squeezed the heck out of me on accident. I came back to life and I couldn't speak, but if anything, we are all chosen. We all know the certain things that we have been through. Like I said, you need to make your own channel and speak to us. I will watch your channels, I will watch your videos, and I will give you explanations in regards to certain things that you are going to. The girl that I helped out, you know what? God bless you too, about the kids, and you know how I let her know that we can't be weak like that. We have to be stronger. You're supposed to ignore those voices, like I do every day of my life, even though they're just words. It's like a person's not gonna go up to my face like this and be like, "Hey, you P, hey, you B." Man, I'll have to give them one of these straight up. But a person's not gonna do that. So if they're walking around you and they're over there mentioning your name and they're speaking words, hey, they're not in your face. So just ignore that stuff. It's not even worth it. If you really think about it, all it is to put you back on the program that you were already on, and just make it worse for them to poke you more and more and more. Oh, and I figured out that they were trying to attack my liver. I found a solution to that. My fingers were swelling up really bad, so I did find a solution to that, which was to drink. I'm gonna go ahead and save that, and it's helping me. My body's not expanding no more, and that was their next their whole way of thought and their whole way of doing is so evil. I mean, after like Martin Luther King and Lincoln, you know what I mean? It's like, man, those guys were good people trying to be successful in the world, and they were doing things, and the world just had to kill them off. Welcome to the KKK of the world. Ku Klux Klan, they're the ones. But then again, you have other guys that are not racist. I do know Ku Klux Klan that do deal with blacks and smoke off them and drink off them, and they don't care. You know what I mean? Those are not racist white men. I mean, they're just very active guys, but aren't we all active in our own ways? A lot of us are bipolar, and almost all of us are. If you really think about it, so don't let that bipolar stuff get to you, because the scientific fact states that we all are bipolar. We all have mood swings. We all get mad. We all are messed up in the head. So, to all my TI guys and girls, it was good sharing that. Just make sure you keep an eye on your phone and your wallet. Man, do what I do. Buy a long enough chain and just put it over your neck when you sleep. Even if you're by yourself, you TI guys and girls, how your keys will end up missing and you'll look everywhere. And then all of a sudden they end up right there again. Like I told you, don't forget that man in the suit. He's dressed up in that suit. Oh, and then I forgot. I changed the subject. So I was in Vegas and I felt a presence I felt a presence of something following me, and it was kind of funny how I went over the railroad tracks, and then he didn't want to come. You know, I knew he didn't. I couldn't see him, but I knew the presence was there, and but I was looking directly at him more than likely, and I was like, come on, and he didn't want to come. You know, and then all of a sudden, instead of looking straight, what I did was my mentality was like, look at the bottom of the railroads guards, right? And I looked, and those railroad tracks are active, so that means the electricity is coming off them as the train goes by. So as soon as he walked over the little bars, the two bars, I seen electrical charge, like, so weird, bro. But that's another story. But okay, so to all my TI guys and girls, God bless you. I love you guys, and keep your head up and utilize my tactics.